If you need to wake up for work, you wake up. If someone's sick and you need to go to hospital, you don't care, you wake up. So you can do it.
5 a.m. the alarm goes off. The alarm is situated outside my room. So I have to walk over to the living room to get the phone. Right? If I snooze, my day's ruined.
I went through a lot of time where I felt like I was super productive, but I wasn't actually moving the needle on the things that were valued the most.
That's important.
Instead of distributing your time between 5 or 6 things, do one thing right, then do the next thing right, do the next thing.
Not only that, ruthlessly eliminate anything that's not going to move you closer to where you want to go.
We all live crazy lives. It's not the worst thing to just sit on the couch and watch a show for a couple hours.
Yeah, but what does that staying at home actually do? Does that make me do things that aren't good for me, like scroll all day? I like doing something called active rest. You're still resting, but you're still doing something good for yourself.
3, 2, 1, go. It's either now or never. Go into this uncomfortable situation and you get it done.
All right.
I'm wearing my new shirt that I bought.
Yeah.
That looks
It's like
good
a crop
on
top
you,
on you, eh?
Does it look better on me than other people that have worn it?
Who else has worn it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the best I've seen it worn, I reckon.
All right, what's today's episode?
Today's episode we're talking about
Productivity, mind hacks, and goal setting. Jamie and Chris don't even know what we're talking about.
We
productivity.
know the topic. We just
we
don't
know
know the actual title
hacks.
that Bayley, the surfer
Orchestrated.
scientist, has made.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is break down everything that's worked for us. Like, these are big tasks. If you can nail them down, if you can nail down your productivity, your goal setting, and your mindset, that's a big change in your life. So we're going to break down things that really works for us. And yeah, let's kick it off. Chris, we're going to go probably like 3 each, our biggest breakthrough moments. So Chris, let's kick us off. What's something that works for you?
What keeps you productive, Chris Kavarian?
So to be honest, my life has changed dramatically in the last year, in the sense that my sleeping schedule is quite different now.
I don't know how you do it.
I
don't know how you
It's
do it, bro.
mental, man.
I do live
You're doing
streams.
the graveyard shift.
So for people that don't know, I do.
It's not even at 7-Eleven.
Can I talk?
Yes, you can now.
So for the people that don't know, I do live streaming on TikTok every night. And I usually go from like 9 to 10 to 2, 3 a.m., which kind of throws off my schedule. And fortunately, I'm a personal trainer, so I can set up my day so that I can start later with my clients, and they're all are happy to do it. And I've set my times so that I can still get a good 7-8 hours sleep and still have my clients. But for me, the most productive time in my life was when I would prepare things the night before. So for me, that meant having a shower the night before. So then when I wake up, I don't need to have another shower. I don't have to waste time. I just do my hair and I'm ready to go.
So you shower once a day?
I shower once a day, unless if I sweat, if I have soccer training or whatever, I'll shower twice if I need to.
Okay.
If I need to. To be honest, I'm not a sweaty person in general. And I'm quite good with my hygiene, I'd like to think. So, but if you shower twice, there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on your personal sweat and hygiene.
I shower twice a day.
But so getting prepared the night before can be many things. So for me, as I said, the shower the night before, but also choosing what I'm going to wear. So I have my outfit laid out and my bag already packed. It sounds
how does
so
that
simple.
help?
It sounds so simple, but this eliminates me having to make decisions when I wake up. So I want to have the maximum amount of sleep so that when I wake up, I don't need to spend another half an hour getting things ready that could take away from my sleep. And also, I'm in a dazed state when I wake up. I'm not in the best thinking state, so I don't want to make decisions. Oh, is this going to match these shorts with these pants? What do I need in my bag?
Yeah, that's
I don't
actually
wanna,
true, yeah.
I don't want to
I like
forget something. I have to come back home. So if everything's prepared, I literally just wake up, fix my hair, and I'm ready to go. So for me, that was the most productive I've ever been. And this kind of also goes on the whole thing of like the billionaire tech giants like Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs when he was alive. They were big advocates of wearing the same thing every single day. They're billionaires. And everyone says, why do they wear the same shirt? And they even said it's minimizing decisioning, minimizing speech bad. They're minimizing the,
Don't look at me.
because they're minimizing the decisions that they have to make during the day. Because some of the decisions,
You can't do that after.
To the double, bro. That's too much.
go. I'm going to start that again.
No, you're not. We're kidding. Keep
Okay.
rolling.
Because their goal is to minimize the amount of decisions that they have to make during the day. Because the ones later on are a lot more important. So when you own $1 billion business that affects the whole world,
Why are you so serious?
when you have to make decisions that affect the whole world, you don't have to spend time making these stupid mundane decisions of, oh, what outfit should I wear? What's in my bag? This and that. So that's what they've said works. And you don't have to wear the same thing every single day. But at a minimum, if you pack your bag the night before, you get your clothes ready and you have a shower the night before, there's less things you need to do in the morning when you wake up. So that's, for me,
Bro, I rate that.
a really important thing that's honestly helped my productivity. What about you, Jamie? What's something that helps you, mate? You seem to be so productive.
Yeah, I am a productive guy. I'm glad you've noticed that, actually.
Yeah, I have.
I will say I'm a massive morning person. So morning person in every single way.
Bro,
So
do you think that's genetic or do you think that's
Genetic?
or
Nah.
that's created?
I don't know.
Look,
I just find I'm the most productive in the morning.
There are morning
I'm a
people.
night person.
No, there are morning
Really?
people.
Yeah.
There are morning people and there are night people. But
Based on what?
it's you can also, in my
Science.
opinion, like it's just your preference. Some people like to sleep in. Some people love waking up early.
Right, I
But-
hate sleeping in. That's
but-
like the bane of my existence.
But to be honest, it can be trained and it depends on your environment. If you need to wake up for work, you wake up. If someone's sick and you need to go to hospital, you don't care, you wake up. So you can do it. Sure, it's not preferred sometimes, but in my opinion, I think you can definitely train it to what you want.
Yeah, I mean, being a morning person also starts the night before. Because as you said, if you have everything prepared, then you're going to be like more inclined to do things in the morning,
100%.
you know, in a orderly fashion. So for me, I like to go to bed. This sounds a bit, not even strange, but like 10 p.m. is like really good for me.
Are you in bed, lying down, scrolling, or are you off?
No. Like I'm off. Like I want to be like, because I fall asleep in 2 minutes every single night of the week.
Everything for you is 2 minutes.
unless. But sleeping especially, I'm like that. And what are you trying to say?
No, sleeping especially.
Yeah, by myself, obviously. Anyway, so yeah, sleep the night before at around 10 or 11, still good. And then I like to wake up optimally 5 to 6, somewhere between then's good for me. Like I love that. If I do like a 10 p.m. and then I wake up at 5 a.m., that's like optimal.
When you were sleeping over, you weren't waking up at 6 a.m.
Where your place?
Yeah.
What was I doing?
Sleeping in a lot longer than that.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm saying no.
Exposed.
Bro, this is the ideal scenario.
Bro, I'm saying
This is what he does in
ideally.
his
Oh,
head.
ideally.
When I'm switched on and I'm not traveling and all this BS, I'm freaking switched on, you know?
Yeah.
So first thing I do, I wake up, 5 a.m. the alarm goes off. What I do is I make sure that the alarm is situated outside my room.
Situated.
So I have to walk over to the living room
Oh,
to
wow.
get the phone, right?
Tactics.
Because if I don't, then I can just lie in bed.
There's those alarms that actually jump around your room. So they leave your table and they jump around.
What?
The dog
Yeah.
starts jumping around.
Huh?
Wait, what?
The alarm clock
Wait, the
has
alarm
like these
moves.
little, you know, that it's got these little feet that he just springs up and he jumps around your room. So it makes you have to go up and get it.
Okay,
Yeah,
well that's not what
nuts.
I have. I literally just have my phone in the living room and I just make it, non-stop. Anyway, do that. I have to walk over to my phone, and then the first thing I'll do is I'll say stop, and then I'll go into my room and I'll just pray for a bit. So maybe like
Do you
1 to 2
snooze,
minutes.
by the way?
No,
Like, do you don't press
bro.
snooze?
If I snooze, my day's ruined.
That's a good one, guys.
Bro, the thing is, right, if you keep snoozing, there's some weird sleep state you go into when you snooze, which then you wake up feeling super tired.
Yeah.
Have you ever woken up when the alarm goes off and you feel good? Be like, nah, I'll keep lying in bed. You sleep again and you wake up feeling 10 times more tired. That's because of some sleep pattern. I don't know
think
what
still have, like, I like to have 2 or 3 alarms back to back, but only a minute. Only a minute. So it's a minute apart. So it's not enough to let me sleep in more. It's just in case I have an important appointment and I really don't want to miss it if I'm really tired. But it's not, I never go back to sleep. I know I've woken up. To be honest, 90% of the time, I'm up from the first one. But it's like, I know, all right, I have my phone in
a
my
backup
hand
emergency.
and it's just in my hand and I'm like, all right, I'll actually turn those off.
Right.
It's just the fail safe. But obviously it's better to get off at the first one.
Yeah. So then I'll do that. I'll go pray and then I'll weigh myself. Then I'll go into the shower, have a bit of a hot shower, brush my teeth in the shower, and then have like 30 seconds cold. Get out of the shower, get changed. Bro, I hate doing my hair. And I know that.
Can we take a step back? Sorry.
Sure.
You said have a 30-second cold shower. I want to dive into that before you keep going.
Sure.
For the people that don't know at home, why do you do a cold shower? Because obviously there's, so many great benefits.
There's obviously health benefits to hot and cold therapy, but for me, I do it because it just wakes me up. Like, it's almost like I've had a coffee. I just feel good.
Yeah, you feel crazy after.
You feel so good, bro. It's like
so much energy.
5, 6 in the morning. You have a cold shower. Obviously, some people just go in straight cold, but I just like to warm it up a little bit.
I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to I want it to be sustainable. I don't want to wake up every day just thinking, oh, here we go.
I think do your, in my opinion, do your cleaning process, scrubbing, washing your hair, whatever it is, in the warm. Get all that out of the way because you don't want to be uncomfortable doing that, freezing and do that. I think get the important stuff out of the way, and then last 30 seconds.
That's exactly what I do. Exactly.
Turn it to the full cold and concentrate on your breathing.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I'll have to do my hair because if I don't do my hair after the shower, I'll leave it till later and I just hate it. Like it's just, here we go again, right? Only takes me like 4 minutes, but regardless, I hate it. So then I'll do that, and then the first thing I do is I'll go straight to the gym. I'll grab like some bread, peanut butter, straight to the gym. After the gym, I'm just ready. Like I've done all these things in the morning. That's sort of what I like to do to stay productive.
Mad.
Bayley, obviously you're quite a productive guy. You work really hard in a great business. You're always training. You got a lot going on. How do you stay on top of it? How do you stay productive?
Yeah, so I actually spent a lot of time thinking about this because I went through a phase where I realized I'm actually focusing on way too many things, and when your focus is split, like I was trying to do gym, I was trying to train Muay Thai, I was trying to work, I was trying to start a company, we're doing the podcast, girlfriend, it's a lot, and when you're split across so many different variables,
You're a girlfriend, have you?
You actually can't make fast progress
You say
towards
doing
one thing.
Your girlfriend?
Nah, let's not go there. So
Justin's getting excited.
there's a thing.
This is sweating.
He's like
Zoom.
yes, now I'm awake.
There's a clip of Zoom.
Anyway, let's not talk about my girlfriend. So I can't, looking at this theory, there's a difference between speed and velocity.
Oh, here we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
This is the Bayley formula.
Ready for this? So
Lick your lips first.
So what I realized is you can be moving in a direction very fast, but it doesn't mean you're actually getting any closer to what you want to do. So I realized, okay, my time's split across all these things, but I might be feeling super productive, but I'm not actually making progress. Whereas velocity, on the other hand, is speed, but it's direction aware. So when you have a clear path of where you're trying to get to, starting with the end in mind, eliminating as many things as possible and focusing on one thing, you actually make progress. So I went through a lot of time where I felt like I was super productive, but I wasn't actually moving the needle on the things that valued the most.
That's important.
So are you saying instead of distributing your time between 5 or 6 things, do one thing right, then do the next thing right, do the next thing?
Not only that, but ruthlessly eliminate anything that's not going to move you closer to where you want to go.
But aren't these all important factors?
They
Yeah,
are,
but some things-
I have to think about what almost give them a priority order.
Okay.
So
That's
for
what I
example,
do.
if I want to launch a company, but then I'm spending an hour in the gym, and then I'm spending an hour on Muay Thai, and then I'm doing all these other things, then you're actually sacrificing the goal you want to get to. I felt like I'm so busy, I don't have time to do all these things, but I wasn't actually getting towards my biggest goal. So that balance between speed and velocity, people feel productive, but you're not actually doing
100%.
You're doing jack shit.
100%.
You're doing a lot of things, but you're not doing much.
You're keeping busy.
You're busy, but you're not
But what are you
actually
doing? Yeah.
building or creating anything that's going to actually have lasting impact.
I think a lot of people are in this.
100%. And I was
Cycle.
stuck in this, bro. And once you get super clear on the vision, work backwards, start with the end in mind, and then eliminate. I had to eliminate things I didn't want to give up. I had to cut down time seeing mates. I had to cut down time on things, on training, because building a company or what I wanted to build was more important.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
And it sucks, but it's just the way it is.
Can I just say something? There's such a difference, and I learned this recently off a friend. There's such a difference between working hard versus moving the needle, as you just said.
100%.
Because you can work hard. You can literally be at your desk on a Monday morning. Oh, cool, I'm working,
Yeah, 10 hours a day.
I'm
great.
researching, I'm doing emails, I'm doing all these things, but how does this actually contribute to the end result or the outcome that you're trying to get?
100%.
Does doing emails for an hour a day where you could pass it off to some VA, does that help you move the needle? Or does that not? It's so true. There's a difference between or executing.
Yeah.
Working hard versus executing.
And relating this specifically in a business setting, it's I try and focus as much time on things that have lasting impact or that increase leverage. So for example, what you do, Jamie, your most valuable tasks for your company are being in videos that have lasting impact, because they accrue views and things on a lasting time frame. For example, if you had to choose between making a hire or like spending time making a hire or spending time, I don't know, rearranging your files in your drive, making the hire is a incredibly higher leverage task, because once you make that hire, that person's then doing tasks for you while you're not even working. So it's about being able to identify things that have lasting impact and focus your attention on that. That's how you actually get momentum, and that creates velocity. Whereas a speed could be, okay, this morning I'm going to send this one email to this something random. I'm going to do this one outreach. I'm going to organize my files. I'm going to then go down to the bank and drop some cash off. I'm going to move this around. I'm going to buy this thing. You've done a lot, but you haven't actually done anything.
Exactly.
So that's the lesson that I had to learn, and it's very hard to learn. But having that clarity on vision, focusing on velocity. Once I've done that, I've realized the trajectory that I'm making now is second to none, like almost 10x.
That's solid, bro. That's solid.
I think a lot of people can learn a lot from what you said. And we've all been stuck in this cycle of wasting time, or looking busy. But what are we actually contributing to our goals? I actually liked what you said about the cold showers, and I wanted to touch on that as well. Not so much about the cold showers, but a way that a system that I would use that a friend of mine taught me to be able to do cold showers and things that, not mundane things, but things that we don't necessarily want to do, maybe uncomfortable things in our lives, to make it easier. And it's very simple. So one thing that I would like to do is have a countdown. So I would go 3, 2, 1, go. And it sounds silly and it sounds so simple, but if you literally in your head go, all right, so for example, for the cold shower, oh, it's hot, I don't want to get into it, I don't want to get it. 3, 2, 1, go. It just kind of resets you, and it's either now or never. It's like you put that pressure on yourself and you just, without thinking, go into this uncomfortable situation and you get it done. So it just primes you. And I think that's been really effective for me. And I like to do that in the morning when I have my cold shower. And then on top of that, I also like to go to the gym in the morning. Now it's a lot harder with my live streams, but when I was very productive, and I suggest this for most people that can do it, whether it's morning or as early as possible, try to get your gym in as early as possible. Your workout, your physical activity, whatever it is, because it's likely that you're not going to be wanting to do it later on. When you're tired after work, the last thing you want to do is go to the gym. Some people do it and that's all they can do.
Bro, I hate it.
Some people have to do it.
Oh.
If your work schedule and your kids and whatever you have means that you can only go in the night, that's what you got to do. You got to do it. But if you have the opportunity, wake up a little bit earlier. I know it's uncomfortable, but wake up earlier, get it out of the way. I remember when I was doing that, I'd go to the gym at 5. I'd go to the gym. Have a shower at the gym, and I'd go to work. I'd be in my car and I'd be looking at people like rubbing their eyes or putting their makeup on or whatever it is, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, I'm 2 hours ahead of you. You're going to work now. I've gone to the gym. I've had something to eat. I've had my coffee, and I'm on my way to work, and I'm energized, and I feel amazing, and the endorphins are going through me, and I feel unstoppable. So it's like an edge over everyone. So
I'm
I
opposite.
recommend.
I'm total opposite.
And that's
I don't
interesting.
like going in the morning. I only like going late at night. I used to train at 9 p.m.
Really?
The reason being is like I'm naturally a night person, and that's where I feel most awake and energized. So my biggest thing is my fastest morning routine is pretty much wake up, have everything ready, wake up, drive. When I was working to the office, driving to the office, and that was my time to wake up, maybe listen to something, learn. So I spent that time, I literally had no time wasted in the morning. Then I'd work. As soon as I finished work, I would come home and then maybe eat dinner or something. And then my gym time was the time where I'd reflect, think, like be creative, because you got the endorphins flowing, and then I'd be coming up with all ideas, taking notes, then come home and sleep.
But does that affect your quality of your workout? Because you're like, when you work out, you want to be
energy at night.
So, not about the energy, but you want to be solely concentrating on your workout. Because I feel like if you're distracted and you're thinking about business and creativity, your workout is compromised. And I wanted to ask, have you tried the morning? And
I have, and I'm
difference?
so sleepy.
It didn't work. Okay.
It takes me a lot longer. I feel weaker because I feel like I'm still waking up. I'm like, all right, I'm trying, unless you have pre-workout or something, or caffeine. I don't have caffeine in the morning. But so I find I couldn't have the same energy. Whereas when I'm at night, I've finished my day, I'm ready, I can smash a workout. I'm already warmed up, I'm already
There you go.
loose, so I can go straight into the workout and lift a lot heavier.
Well,
That
there
was
you
my
go.
thing.
It's good that we have, different views, and that's the thing. Everyone is different.
Yeah.
And your the way you are, the way you've brought up, and the lifestyle that you live can be the difference as to which one works better.
Yeah.
In terms of being structured in the daytime, I do something where I make sure I maximize my time. Obviously, regardless of what time it is, like morning, night, midday, I like to do something that really helps me structure everything. And that is, I used to have a diary when I guess phones were a little bit less used back in the day because I'm old, where I'd write everything down like in timestamps of what I would do. So I'd be like, all right, 6 o'clock, wake up, 6 to 6:30, get ready, all these things. But now I've sort of translated that or migrated that to my phone in just like literally my Apple Notes. I will have like the top line saying schedule week of, for example, like 1st to 7th of October, 2024. And I'll have Monday. And what I'll do is I'll have 3 priorities for the day. So like these priorities are the things that if I only got them done, I'd be satisfied without anything else. So I'll put 3 priorities, number 1, 2, 3, level of importance. And then after that, I'll then timestamp everything. So I'll literally write down when I wake up. Okay, 6 o'clock, for example, right? Then I'll go 6 to 6:30, get ready. 6:30 to 8 o'clock, gym, right? But I'll give some buffer time because obviously you have to walk to the gym, you have to put your stuff in the locker. So that's another thing people forget to actually include. This actually goes even beyond this to time management because you think to yourself, oh, from my place to the studio it takes me 20 minutes. Yeah, but what about getting all your stuff? And I'm actually terrible at this sometimes. What about actually getting in your car? If you have a lift like I do, going down the lift, all these things you have to micromanage. So giving yourself more time than allocated is important because if I assume that, okay, gym's only for an hour, I can't just put an hour. I have to put an hour and a half because of walking and getting changed. So I micromanage everything in the daytime by hours, half an hour increments. And then, you look at the day and you're like, wow, I did all these things and like, I just feel productive and I get more done.
One of my colleagues, he's honestly one of the most organized and productive people that I know. And he actually recommended me a similar system to you. And to be honest, straight out, I haven't done it because for my lifestyle, I don't think it works. It could work and I'd probably be more productive. But essentially similar to you, he'd have non-negotiables the night before. He'd write before bed, he'd write his non-negotiables for the next day. So like 3 goals, for example, that he had to do. Work, family, whatever it is, tasks that he had to do. And then he'd have, exactly as you said, every hour scheduled in. He'd even have the time that he just rested or like went on his phone or watched TV, whatever it is, like random time that just to unwind. He'd even have that in. So he goes, just clock that in for an hour. Even for an hour, he goes, put in 1 hour, mucking around, being lazy, whatever it is. Really? So even your lazy time is structured. And what he said was, every time you do what you do, so for example, if you do the first non-negotiable, you tick it off. Even psychologically, it's like you've had a little win in the day.
You made progress.
You've made progress. You get 3 ticks of the day. As you said, you feel like you've conquered that day. It's been a successful day. And that way, it's just every day of the week, he just smashes out. And there's less to think about. He just goes to his diary or his phone or whatever it is, bang, 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 bang. Nighttime, same thing again on repeat. And he thinks about it less and he just knows that he's done everything he needs to do. So it's a really good idea for you people who, I guess, are a little bit lost, not feeling very productive and want to be a bit more organized. I think that's a great tool to use.
Yeah, and I think micromanaging is important, but it's not for everyone at the same time. I actually enjoy doing the micromanagement. I used to enjoy measuring all my calories as well. It wasn't even a burden for me. I just love doing it because I just feel like I'm the sort of person that is very OCD about structure, and it's a blessing and a curse, because sometimes, as you always say to me, Chris, I don't ever relax. So sometimes, the stress does pile up and I'm like, all right, let me just chill for a bit. But then also we're saying off camera, rest is an important topic, I think, because obviously you want to chill sometimes, you want to give your body and mind some time off. I was saying to you before that I actually like not just waking up on a Sunday, going on my phone, scrolling and just finding out that it's already 1 p.m. and I've just done nothing besides scrolling. But I like doing something called active rest, where it's you're still resting, but you're still being sort of productive in the sense of you're doing something good for yourself. So for example, you could say, oh, just rest, man. Stay at home all day. Yeah, but what does that staying at home actually do? Does that make me do things that aren't good for me, like scroll all day, waste time on my phone? Whereas I could be going to the beach, going for a walk, doing a sauna. You know what I mean? Like active rest for me is what I really like.
I agree and I disagree. I agree because I'm someone who does like to maximize my time. So, as we mentioned previously, if I'm going to go live or I'm going to watch a movie, I'll do cardio. If I've got a phone call that I need to do, I'll go for a walk. So I do appreciate that. And I do think you can do two things at once and it's very productive. However, I do think there is a time, say on a Sunday for a couple hours, to just veg out.
Oh, a few hours for sure.
I think there's definitely merit in a social battery recharge. We all live crazy lives. We're always with people, we're at work. Sometimes it's not the worst thing to just sit on the couch and watch a show for a couple hours or scroll on your phone. If anything, I think it's quite helpful, as long as it's not every day of the week and you're getting into a cycle. But to reward yourself at the end of the week for a couple hours, sure, veg out. You can go for a walk in the night, sure. But I definitely think for me, I need to have where like no one's with me, just myself, whether it's on my phone, I'm lying down outside tanning, watching a show, whatever it is, just something to me that's not with anyone. And it can be seen as lazy maybe, but it's very productive for me for the rest of the week.
Sure. Yeah, and just to preface, I do that, but not for the whole day.
No.
Like a few hours, you said.
You don't want to
100%.
waste the whole day.
Yeah, 100%. If it gets to 12, 11, I'm like, all right, let me do something.
Guys, hopefully you've learned something from this. These are the tips that we use. They don't have to be complicated. They're actually quite simple, but we found them to be really effective. So hopefully you guys can use one of them. Let us know if any of these worked or if you have any tips for us. Yeah. We're always looking for
100%.
productivity hacks, things we can incorporate into our lives.
Yep.
But yeah, you guys know where to find us. Locker Room Chat podcast on all socials and streaming platforms.
See you guys soon.
See you next
Peace.
time.